welcome to the NASW 2021 Branch Social Work Awards Ceremony. My name is Angie Lutz and I'm the branch chair for the North Central Texas Fort Worth area branch of the National Association of Social Workers Texas chapter. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Our steering committee has identified some amazing social workers, future social workers, and community members as our 2021 award recipients. But before we get started with awarding those recipients, I'd like to introduce a very special guest. Our keynote speaker this evening is Dr. David Jenkins. Dr. Jenkins is the Dean of the Kent School of Social Work at the University of Louisville in Louisville, Kentucky. He is known by many in our Fort Worth social work community as he was a professor at TCU from 1991 until 2016. During that time, he also served as the department chair, the Associate Dean of Research and Graduate Studies, and the MSW Program Director. Dr. Jenkins has served on the Council on Social Work Education Board of Directors. He has served as the co-chair of the CSWE Council on Sexual Orientation and Gender Expression, and he served as a member of the Council for Diversity and Social Work and Economic Justice, the Council for Leadership Development, and the Council on Conferences and Faculty Development. Dr. Jenkins' research focuses on understanding the lived experiences of individuals and family forms that suffer from marginalization. His research examines the lives of sexual minorities as individuals, couples, parents, and grandparents, and the issues that impact them. Please join me tonight in welcoming Dr. David Jenkins.
Hello, my name is David Jenkins, and I am the Dean of the Kent School of Social Work at the University of Louisville. Thank you for the invitation to speak at the NASW Texas Awards Banquet as your keynote. Though I currently live in Kentucky, DFW was where I took my first academic job after completing my PhD back in the early 1990s. TCU took a big chance on a guy that was eager to step into the new role of professor, but had a lot to learn. I lived in Texas for 25 years, and much of my heart and family remain there. I am so grateful for my colleagues and experiences as a Texan, and I'm truly excited to join you, even if doing so virtually. I love that Social Work Month for 2021 has the theme of social workers are essential. It's a great way to revisit and summarize our profession with the knowledge, values, and skills we bring to the table. This is especially helpful when things around us seem uncertain and unclear. I find comfort in reminding myself why social workers are essential and the difference we make. When I think back over this past year, I truly believe social workers are more essential than ever. A few events of the year include a pandemic that has resulted in more than 500,000 deaths and so many families and lives forever altered. The social injustices of racism and marginalization even more visible to so many. Climate change impacting our planet and our democracy and political processes continually challenged. We have a planet and our country in huge need for our services. Social workers have stepped up. We've adjusted our practices and services to these situations and helped flatten the curve of injustice and inequality. So many of our fellow humans experience social workers as essential in their lives. With the concerns of the coronavirus, many of you have been on the front lines with your work. You have risked your lives through these uncertain times by practicing in hospitals, medical facilities, public health, home health, retirement communities, and been part of critical care and other healthcare teams. You have comforted the grieving and assisted families to adjust to new realities that face them. We are grateful for your service to help our society during these difficult days as you continue to shape how we return to many of the interactions and activities we may have taken for granted. It is no doubt we as a society and our profession will be forever changed. In addition to the healthcare needs listed, social workers continue to serve on the front lines by providing mental health services for children, adults, our aging populations, couples, families, and for communities. You are the case managers, the therapists, the youth workers, school social workers, and community organizers, helping those experiencing crisis by providing services and finding or connecting them with the needed resources. You help families find food, water, employment, serve those impacted by violence and trafficking, making sure our homeless populations have shelters and services, shape policies that help the various genders and sexual minorities feel safer, guide clients through difficult service systems, and assist those trying to escape war and trauma. The need for our services has only increased with our current global health crisis as we continue to rethink and assess our services to children and families, rebuild and repair our healthcare infrastructure, assess concerns over budgets and funding of services in the criminal justice system, and address many other environmental and social justice concerns. We are also essential researchers, leaders, and policymakers. Since we are providing those frontline services, we must know that what works with our clients, our organizations, and our communities. We need research to provide us with data needed to make informed decisions based on evidence. We must know what works in practice, but also be the leaders who understand and shape how policies, organizational culture, and governmental and agency decisions shape and impact our communities. We are leaders who use this knowledge to advocate for the disadvantaged and the marginalized, to address long-term health and mental health disparities, to improve access to services for our clients and communities, to produce science, to help our clients and our elected officials trust and use science, and to understand how to shape an anti-racist organization and culture. These are just a few areas where social workers are essential. I could go on about other areas where we make a huge impact, like the fields of child welfare, aging, substance abuse, schools, and the criminal justice system. I may not mention all of the areas where we practice and serve, but you make a difference. You are essential. I want to acknowledge my sincere gratitude to social workers and the indispensable role you play in helping our world become more just. You are the ones that notice and call attention to concerns. You move things to action because so many of our fellow humans don't have the access, the influence, or the ability to be heard. You have performed and continue to perform the work that is most needed. It may not always make the headlines, but it makes a difference in the lives of so many. Never forget the work we do is truly essential to the well-being of individuals, families, and communities. Though the current disease or infection in the news may change, the face or actions of a political party or action may shift. Social workers' essentials commitment to strengthen communities and enhance well-being will not change. We will remain that keystone in the support of our community's most vulnerable members. Please take time to notice the impact social workers have on our lives. Take time to honor and celebrate social workers, not just in March, but all year long. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jenkins. Now I'd like to take some time to recognize our awesome steering committee members. These are individuals who volunteer their time and energy to support you, our branch members, through planning and coordinating events such as tonight, also our networking events, continuing education workshops, and advocacy opportunities. I want to first recognize our committee chairs. Erica Castillo is our communications chair. She's the person behind those monthly newsletters, and she's also the main person who posts to our social media accounts. Shaniqua Alford is a representative from TCU, and she is also our membership chair. She does a lot of work behind the scenes to promote membership and to connect current members with our local branch. Tracy Orwig is a representative from UTA, and she is our community engagement chair. She identifies community agencies within our branch that can use the support of our branch members. Blanca Sanchez-McGee is the chair of our banquet and social events committee. So she coordinated tonight's event as well as several virtual happy hours over the last year. Gretchen Ward is our committee chair for continuing education committee. She's also a representative from UTA. Also from UTA is Lee Barrett, who is also on the Continuing Education Committee. Gretchen and Lee do a lot of work behind the scenes to plan and coordinate continuing education events, which our steering committee has really prioritized making those events at no additional cost to members as an additional membership benefit. Tiffany Booker is our Nominations and Leadership Identification Representative for the branch. Kristen Reuter is our secretary. Dr. Melody Loya is our Tarleton State University representative. Ani Wagner is our student representative. She's from UTA. We also have Brittany Schultz, Natasha Baer, Emily Clark, and Julie McNeil on our committee. If you know any of these individuals, please find them and thank them for volunteering their time and energy for our branch. For those of you on the committee, I thank you for what you do for our branch and to support our members. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, here's our first award.
Hello, everyone. I am very happy and honored to present the NASW's Public Citizen of the Year Award. Each year, NASW seeks to honor an outstanding member of the community whose accomplishments exemplify the values and the mission of the profession of social work. The awardee is not a social worker, but a member who seeks to have made a significant contribution in the area of vulnerable populations. Someone who acts with courage, demonstrates outstanding leadership, and exemplifies the social work values and ethics. This year, the award recipient is Mary Dominguez Santini. Mary is a champion for children and families in need. She is the president of the Hispanic Heritage Ambassadors, an organization that promotes and empowers the Hispanic and Latinx community. Mary works tirelessly to meet the nutritional needs of all children through a monthly food pantry, a Thanksgiving a Hope event, and a Magic Christmas. She also contributes annually to school supply donations given out to students in Arlington ISD and in Grand Prairie ISD. Mary began her lifelong work of serving the community long before the COVID-19 pandemic. And when the need increased as a result of this pandemic, she worked around the clock, organizing and coordinating events to continue to meet and address the needs in the community. Mary is a hero who leads with courage and dedication for children and families in need in the community. Congratulations, Mary.
Thank you very much. My name is Mary Dominguez Santini, and it is with great honor that I accept this award humbly on behalf of every social worker out there doing, such a wonderful job caring for our community. Social workers are the heart of our communities. So I thank you very much for continuing your passion for service, for making sure we are serving our communities and fulfilling our community's needs. I'm going to close this with a quote that I always use. And it says, "The secret of change is to focus all your energy, not on fighting the old, but building the new." From Socrates. And remember, fill your heart with so much love that there is no room for hate. Serve, and when you serve with that desire and that passion to change somebody's life. Thank you very much. And as always, I am humbled, and thank you to the National Association of Social Workers for this recognition. Bendiciones.
The Public Elected Official of the Year recognizes outstanding services and contribution of elected officials who have shown leadership in the formulation of public policies, particularly policies that affect social justice, healthcare, education, civic and human rights, and social practice. The award recipient must be an elected official at the time of nomination in public office at a local, state, or national level, must make a significant contribution in public health service while in office, demonstrate leadership in advancing public policies in the area of vulnerable population, civic and human rights, or social welfare. Demonstrate leaderships on behalf of the protection and advancement of social work practice, amplifying social work values and ethics. This year, Public Official of the Year award goes to State Representative Chris Turner. State Representative Chris Turner has served Tarrant County in Texas legislature for 5 years, representing parts of Arlington, Grand Prairie, and House District 101. He has constantly worked to increase opportunity for all Texans. He created Veteran Cash Scratch-Off Ticket that has raised more than $120 million to aid Texans veterans. He also authored the constitutional amendment to create 100% property taxes exemption for surviving spouses of service members killed in the line of duty. In the last legislative session, he crafted a statewide teacher pay raise plan that was ultimately supported by both the House and the Senate, which helped end the stalemate on school financing. In his role as chairman of the House Committee of Higher Education, he improved transferability of college credits, passed laws to protect students from violence on and off campus, and is working to lower the cost of college by expanding access to open educational resources. He also authored laws and safeguards citizens from unexpected utility rate increases, unethical landlords. He was given the highest rate, A+, on his votes and bills supporting the LGBTQIA+ community. He also was given a rating of 90 out of 100 for his votes on bills related to environmental and public health. This was the highest rate among all Fort Worth area representatives and senators. Representative Turner has verbalized his support for the social work bill. He is also in line with the social work values and ethics and was endorsed by this year NSAW Texas Chapter Political Action for Candidates Elections. Congratulations, Representative Turner.
Hi, I'm Chris Turner. I am so honored to accept this award from the National Association of Social Workers, Texas chapter. It is so meaningful to me because I value so much the important work that social workers do in Texas and throughout our country. Social workers are on the front lines of tackling injustices, whether it's fighting poverty and helping people navigate through poverty and all the complications that brings, whether it's helping people have access to healthcare services or housing or transportation, and anything else that people are struggling with. Social workers are usually there on the front lines to help people navigate through very real crises and challenges in their lives. I know in the district that I represent in Arlington and Grand Prairie, I've seen firsthand the tremendous difference that social workers make throughout our community. And representing Arlington, I know also firsthand the great work that the School of Social Work at the University of Texas at Arlington does. And I've been very fortunate to have several graduate students from that college work in my district office in Arlington, and the impact that they have made on our constituents has been profound. Here in Austin, in the state legislature, we're in session right now, and one of the most important things we can do, I think, is prioritize social workers and others who are helping our citizens of our state tackle challenges that they've faced in their lives, particularly here in the last year during the COVID-19 pandemic, when many people have lost jobs and have been thrust into challenging economic situations, and many people have real healthcare challenges in their lives. And so here in Austin, in the state legislature, we have to prioritize the important work that social workers do in our state budget and in the policies that we adopt in this legislative session. So I thank you for all you do. I encourage you to please stay involved in the political process and in the legislative process, but most importantly, thank you for what you do helping Texans throughout our state lead better, healthier, and safer lives. We thank you for all that you do, and it's an honor to accept this award.
Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Mary Twist, and I'm the Graduate Program Director in the TCU Department of Social Work. In this brief video, I'm going to describe to you who we are as a department, what sets us apart within the North Texas community, our various academic programs, and also finally a call for you to come join us as you try to extend your education. So to begin with, who we are the TCU Department of Social Work, and we've been taking the lead on positive social change for over 40 years within Tarrant County and beyond. So our faculty members are highly engaged with student learning, student research, and their own research, and also involvement within the community as practitioners. Our faculty members represent a range of research and teaching interests, including clinical social work, working with children in schools, anti-sex trafficking, intimate partner violence, working with people with intellectual and developmental disabilities, and much, much more. All of our faculty members try to integrate teaching with research and scholarship and also practice within the community. So we're a very highly community engaged group of faculty members. As I mentioned, we've been in the community for over 40 years, and we have a very solid reputation of producing the next generation of leaders who go out into the community to make change as social workers at both the micro and the macro levels of practice. Furthermore, we really enact this focus on community change through the implementation of what we call our program paradigm. So, there's a lot of social work programs out there. What we focus on in our program is these three pillars that really guide what we do as teachers, scholars, and practitioners. We focus very heavily on positive social change and how to create that, on how to integrate trauma-informed care best practices into both macro-level practice and micro-level practice, and really how to think through really the engagement with the world through a critical lens. How do we think about things beyond just what we see, but really dig into the root of social issues that we really encourage our students to be involved with? Core to these program pillars is this idea of leadership. We want to develop the next generation of social work leaders and turn them out into the North Texas community with a lot of attention from faculty members who are very passionate about this kind of education. Okay, so that's who we are, just a brief look at that. Now, what really continues to set us apart, beyond those things that I've already mentioned, is those highly engaged faculty members. We have small class sizes. Our students really get to know us as faculty members, and we really have an opportunity to meaningfully mentor students who come through our program at both the undergraduate and the graduate level. We offer research opportunities for all students across undergraduate levels, graduate, and PhD students. We offer faculty advising, where faculty members have a chance to meet one-on-one with every single student that's within our program, to mentor them, to help them find the right kind of employment opportunities, and really take the next steps in their career. We also offer personalized field placements, and I want to talk a little bit more about that. So you can see that we're, a relatively smallish program, but we have numerous field placements available. Our students can practice in a variety of field placements, including schools, medical settings, hospice care, foster care and adoption, and really much, much more. And we try to take student interest into mind before we place students into those locations. Okay, so that's what helps to set us apart. Now, our programs. We offer a BSW, we offer an MSW, which we'll talk about a little bit more in just a moment, and a PhD in health sciences with an emphasis on social work. Now, for people who want to get an MSW, we offer both advanced standing and traditional options. What that means is that students who have a degree in social work already at the undergraduate level can come join us for really kind of an accelerated 9-month program, at which point they would graduate as advanced standing students with a master's in social work. Traditional options are for students who do not yet have a degree in social work from an undergraduate level. And for those students, our program typically takes 2 years. Okay, so please consider joining us. If you want to find out more, you're welcome to email us. As I mentioned, I'm the graduate program director, so if you reach me at msw@tcu.edu, I'm really happy to answer any and every question that you might have about our program in our department. you're interested in the bachelor's level program, you can email bsw@tcu.edu, or you can just follow us on social. We're on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Okay, so that's the video. I hope that you have a nice little glimpse at who we are as a department, and I sincerely hope that I'll have a chance to talk with you soon.
Hi, I'm Dr. Melody Loya, and I'm very excited to get to announce the BSW Student of the Year. This award honors a student member of NASW Texas who's enrolled at least half-time in an undergraduate social work program during the year of the award. They also need to have made an outstanding contribution to the goals and mission of the profession. The recipient must be a member in good standing and demonstrate at a beginning level leadership, commitment to social justice, the profession of social work, and to their clients, and an integration of social work knowledge, skills, attitudes, and values. So based on those criteria, I'm very happy to announce that Ms. Michelle Luevano has been awarded the BSW Student of the Year for our chapter. She was nominated by Mr. Ted Lovato, the field director at Tarleton State, for several reasons. First and foremost, she's an excellent student. She's been pursuing her BSW for several years. And in fact, prior to her joining our student body at Tarleton, Mr. Lovato taught her in Introduction to Social Work at a local community college. Michelle was very interested in learning about the profession from the very beginning. She's continued her excellence as a student and will earn her BSW in May of 2021. Interestingly, her son has also pursued a BSW from another university, so her influence on the profession is obviously infectious. She's an astute student with academic abilities that have helped her pursue her education. She's insightful and has always produced excellent assignments and research. All of the faculty were in support of Michelle's nomination for this award. She's an active participant in her classes, a leader among her peers, and works well with other students. Beyond her classroom work, Michelle has excelled in her field internship. She's very aware of and supports the NSW Code of Ethics and our core social work values. She has an innate ability to relate to her clients and is constantly looking for ways to fight for social justice for her clients. It is because of these abilities and qualities that Michelle was nominated as the BSW Student of the Year, and this award is granted.
Hello, I'm honored for being selected as the 2021 NASW Social Work Student of the Year. I first and foremost want to thank God, my family, and my professors at Tarleton State University for helping me during my journey. Again, I am honored and thank you again for this distinguished award.
Hi, I'm Dr. Lynn Jackson, and I'm on the faculty at Texas Christian University. It is my honor to present the MSW Student of the Year Award. The MSW Student of the Year Award honors a student member of NASW Texas who is enrolled at least half-time in a graduate social work program during the year of the award and has made an outstanding contribution to the goals and missions of our profession. The recipient must be a member in good standing who demonstrates at a beginning level leadership, commitment to social justice, the profession of social work, and to clients, and integration of social work knowledge, skills, attitudes, and values. This year, the winner is an MSW student from Texas Christian University, Samantha Lee. Samantha, or Sam as she likes to be called, has been a community volunteer working with organizations like 29 Acres, where she assisted with various fundraising activities, and with Special Olympics, working with those with intellectual disabilities. She also participated in a 2019 TCU-sponsored Get Out the Vote campaign, where she became a deputy registrar and worked to increase student registration and turnout for elections. This was a class assignment, but in it, she found an interest in politics and turned that later into service for our profession. Sam has been a champion of NASW since her junior year at TCU, when for the first time she went to an NASW conference. After volunteering and being at the conference, it was clear she saw the value of our professional organization, and since that time, she's done a lot to encourage other students to become NASW members. She has also been very encouraging to students to attend state conferences so they too can develop themselves further as young professionals and learn more about NASW. Last year, to be further involved with NASW and to further her new interest in politics, she sought and was selected by the T-PACE Board of Trustees as a student representative. It was there that she further developed leadership skills and learned more about how NASW works with our state and local representatives. After her term ended, she sought to fill an open position on the Board of Trustees and was selected to do that. Sam has been doing this work all while completing internships at both the MSW and BSW level, and with her MSW placement experience in behavioral health, she's now become quite a mental health advocate. Sam graduates in a few months, and we look forward to seeing where her hard work and positive attitude will take her. Please join me in congratulating Samantha Lee as the NASW Fort Worth Branch MSW Student of the Year. Way to go, Sam.
I'm honored to accept this award, and I want to start by thanking Dr. Lynn Jackson, not only for nominating me, but for being a great mentor and role model of what it means to show compassion, empathy, and thrive in your passion. I also want to thank the entire social work department at Texas Christian University. Most importantly, I want to thank my family for all the support and encouragement to always follow my dreams and being by my side. I look forward to continuing my engagement as an active NASW member in my social work career. Thank you.
In the 1960s, community organizations and activists lobbied state and local officials for the need for a social work graduate program in the DFW area. As a result, UTA School of Social Work was approved by the state legislature in 1967 and has been educating leaders in Texas for more than 50 years. We are proud of our commitment to community advocacy, social justice, and social work education. During the COVID-19 pandemic, we've been proud of the work our graduates are doing every day as essential frontline workers. Society is also recognizing the critical need for social workers, and the UTA School of Social Work is positioned to continue to meet this need. This year, we broke ground on our new building, which will be completed in 2022. The 150,000 square foot facility will be a mix of flexible, state-of-the-art technology-enriched classrooms, teaching and research labs, simulation learning centers, student engagement areas, doctoral education and research collaboration spaces, meeting and conference rooms, study and support spaces for students, and our faculty and staff offices. In addition, the new facility will house a video production studio to help with virtual learning and training with our online programs. UTA School of Social Work is already a national leader in social work research and education and remains one of the top social work schools in the country with our PhD in social work, Master of Social Work, and Bachelor of Social Work programs. With our new $76 million building going up, it gives us the opportunity to expand and strengthen our academic programs and help further meet the critical needs of our communities. Starting in fall 2021, we will launch the new Bachelor of Science in Substance Use and Treatment program. The BSSUT major will have both in-person and 100% online options. It builds on the minor in substance use treatment we've offered for the last 2 years. The Substance Use and Treatment new major will help Texas and the country meet the need and demand for more substance abuse counselors and licensed chemical dependency counselors. For our BSW and MSW programs, we already offer classes in person on our Arlington campus and at our UTA Fort Worth location. We've offered to Texas residents our MSW program online for 10 years and most of our BSW classes online for 5 years, with the same faculty that teach our in-person classes teaching our online classes as well. Due to the success of our online programs, we are excited to announce that we are now able to officially offer our BSW program with a fully online option and expand our online BSW and MSW programs to allow both Texas residents and out-of-state students to apply. Our top-ranked MSW program will continue to offer the 5 concentration options for our students in their advanced year: direct practice in mental health and substance abuse, direct practice in aging, direct practice in children and families, direct practice in health, and the macro concentration of community and administrative practice. In addition, with the MSW program, we also offer 10 dual master degree options and 4 graduate certificates in community and administrative practice areas. In our undergraduate program, in addition to the substance use treatment major and minor, we also offer a minor in social welfare and social justice and a minor and certificate in diversity studies. The minor and certificate in diversity studies supports the UTA broad commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. Our new social work building will be part of the new UTA Health Sciences Quad on campus by being adjacent to the Life Science Building, the College of Nursing Building, and the recently opened Science and Engineering Innovation Research Building. In addition, our College of Nursing Smart Hospital will be co-located in our new social work building. This will allow our students and faculty to expand on social work education, clinical practice training, and interdisciplinary research in healthcare services. Social workers are essential, and we are proud of our school's history, and we look forward to being able to expand our reach and meet the growing need for social workers. Our professors and graduates are well known nationally and internationally for their research and clinical practice, with many of our graduates leading agencies and nonprofits throughout Texas. With our new building and the expansion of our academic program offerings, UTA, the School of Social Work, like in its first 50 years, will continue to be a leader in social work education for the next 50 years.
Hello, I am Dr. Diane Mitchke, Associate Professor and Associate Dean of Student and Academic Affairs at the School of Social Work at the University of Texas at Arlington. The Social Worker of the Year Award honors a member of NASW who exemplifies the best of the profession's values and achievements through specific accomplishments. In honoring the Social Worker of the Year, NASW highlights superb accomplishments in the practice of social work. The award recipient must be a member in good standing who advocates for the clients, makes a demonstrable contribution in social policy, social work practice, program development, administration, and research, demonstrates outstanding leadership, contributes to a positive image for the social work profession, and takes risks to achieve outstanding results. This year's Social Worker of the Year is my friend and colleague, Kiva Harper. Kiva is an associate professor of practice at the University of Texas at Arlington School of Social Work and has been licensed since 2004 and owns a psychotherapy practice that has served survivors of trauma her entire career. Over the past few years, the Arlington Police Department Victim Services Unit has referred their high-profile and complex cases to her. As a result of this collaboration, she became a provider for the Blue Chip program. She serves police department employees by providing anonymous psychotherapy and counseling, which reduces the stigma of police officers seeking mental health services. Recently, Kiva joined the wellness team for survivors of blue suicide. This is a new foundation that unites survivors of law enforcement suicide. Throughout the pandemic, Kiva has continued to provide psychotherapy, often pro bono, to victims of crime and their family members. Often these cases are high profile and involve advocacy with the criminal justice system, medical providers, and others. In a time of heightened awareness of racism and police training, Kiva provides solutions and incorporates the social work profession where it is needed most. Thank you, Kiva, for your work in the community and the example that you set for all of us in what it means to live your values.
Hi, everyone. It is truly a pleasure to be named Social Worker of the Year. I would like to thank the NASW Fort Worth branch for this truly gratifying honor. I'd also like to thank the University of Texas at Arlington School of Social Work and Dean Ryan for their continued support. Thank you to my parents, Benny and Linda Gary, who are no longer with us. This is truly a career highlight for me. I am motivated more than ever to serve those vulnerable and oppressed populations and help move them towards healing and liberation. Thank you again for this honor.
Hello, my name is Dr. Deborah Woody, and I am the Senior Associate Dean in the School of Social Work at UT Arlington. Each year, the Fort Worth chapter branch of the National Association of Social Workers, the Texas chapter, selects a social worker for this award to celebrate a lifetime of accomplishments. In honoring the Lifetime Achievement Award winner, NASW recognizes the best social work values and accomplishments demonstrated in the social worker's lifetime. The award recipient must be a member in good standing, who meets all the criteria for Social Worker of the Year, and demonstrates repeated outstanding achievements, has recognition beyond the social work profession, has made contributions of lasting impact, and has outstanding creativity. This year's recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award is Dr. Scott Ryan. Dr. Ryan began his journey as a social worker when he earned his BSW over 30 years ago. He went on to earn an MSW from Columbia University, an MBA from Howard University, and a PhD from Case Western Reserve University. He worked for many years as a frontline foster care and adoption social worker and clinical therapist, helping hundreds of children and families. His commitment to children and families continued as he held a joint appointment as a senior research fellow at the Evan B. Donaldson Adoption Institute for 9 years. For his work, Dr. Ryan has received the Friend of Children Award from the North American Council on Adoptable Children, an Angel in Adoption Award from the Congressional Coalition on Adoption Institute, and an Adoption Excellence Award from the U.S. Children's Bureau. Dr. Ryan has published over 60 scholarly articles and book chapters and conducted over 100 presentations of his research both nationally and internationally. His work has been featured in articles published by the Associated Press, the San Francisco Chronicle, and Le Monde in Paris, France. As well, his work has been included in 2 documentaries, Breaking the Barriers to Teen Adoption and Finding Family, Gay Adoption in the U.S. Indeed, his groundbreaking research on adoptions by LGBT persons helped overturn the Florida law denying this group the right to openly adopt. Dr. Ryan has been the Dean of the School of Social Work at UT Arlington for 12 years. Under his leadership, the School of Social Work has become the largest social work program in the state, educating over 2,000 students across Texas each semester. He is also the editor of the Journal of Adoption Quarterly. Since coming to UTA, Dr. Ryan has secured over $4 million in donor funding for the school. During his tenure, the School of Social Work has consistently risen in the U.S. News and World Report's rankings, as well as other national rankings. In his free time, Dr. Ryan is the treasurer of the local chapter of Bikers Against Child Abuse. He's also worked to train his French bulldog, Moose, to become a registered therapy dog. They go together, riding on the motorcycle, of course, to help children in various agencies and schools, as well as visit the residents of several local nursing home facilities. Dr. Ryan, Scott, as we call him, your faculty, staff, and students are proud of you and congratulate you on this award. Salute.
Good evening. I want to thank the leaders and members of the NASW North Central Texas Fort Worth area branch for selecting me for this incredible award. I also want to thank my wife, Kim, who is a social worker at the VA, and our 2 daughters, Connor, who is a social worker in Michigan, and Kaylin, who is a social work major in college, for standing by my side, supporting, and encouraging me along the way. Clearly, social work is in our blood. I also want to thank my other family, the UTA School of Social Work. We have an incredible group of faculty, staff, students, and administrative leaders. We're so excited for the future. Earlier this month, we broke ground on our new social work building, which is expected to be completed in late 2022. We've waited a long time for this building, which is why I want to also thank my Senior Associate Dean, Dr. Deborah Woody. Deborah is a wonderful colleague and friend, and we've worked as a team for many years, through many ups and downs that comes with leading such a complex school. It has been an honor serving as the dean, and I'm so proud of all we've accomplished together. I'm also incredibly proud of the impactful work our alumni, students, faculty, staff do every day serving communities, clients, and organizations. More than 30 years ago, I started off in business and accounting, earning a bachelor's degree in business administration. However, as our social work admission counselors say to prospective students who switch majors or careers, I saw the light. and knew my true calling was social work. I switched gears, I earned a BSW degree, and then moved from South Florida and earned my MSW from Columbia University and PhD in social work from Case Western Reserve University. And along the way, also squeezed in an MBA from Howard University. I don't mention these things to brag, but to illustrate how one's life can start off on one path and end up going down an entirely different and more rewarding road. As dean, all of these experiences come in handy dealing with budgets, personnel, and the pandemic. However, what I'm most proud of is the work we've been able to do at UTA in expanding and strengthening our academic programs, bringing in talented and diverse faculty, and working with esteemed colleagues every day to be better social work educators and leaders. The theme for this year's Social Work Month is Social Workers Are Essential. This is what I've tried to demonstrate through my years of research and practice with foster adoptive children, family and child therapy, and LGBTQ and at-risk families. For years, I've also been a member of the organization Bikers Against Child Abuse, as you can see from all the biker things behind me, where we help empower abused children. And before the pandemic, as a registered therapy team, I would volunteer through Pet Partners with my buddy Moose, and we would go to schools and nursing homes. This Lifetime Achievement Award is so special and meaningful. As we celebrate Social Work Month and express how essential social workers are during this pandemic, it gives me an opportunity to advocate for racial, economic, and social justice. I've fought my entire adult life for racial equity and brought that passion with me here to UTA when we worked to establish the Center for African American Studies, which initially started in the School of Social Work and is now an official university-led center. Throughout my career, I've worked to not only advocate for society to improve, but also the importance of ensuring social work faculty, staff, and students practice what we preach in being anti-racist and fighting for social and economic justice for marginalized and disadvantaged communities. This past year at the School of Social Work, we've strengthened our commitment to racial, economic, and social justice by working to ensure all of our course curriculums, research, school events, and actions align with these principles. This will continue to be our focus. As were my reasons for choosing social work more than 30 years ago, and what I've learned over the years is none of us are perfect, but we can certainly continue to improve and be better individuals, educators, and social workers. My hope is that my life journey inspires others to come into social work and be advocates for social justice. Again, thank you for this award and recognition. I greatly appreciate it. Have a good night. Thank you.
Congratulations to all of our 2021 award recipients, and thank you to each of you for sharing this evening with us. We hope that you enjoyed hearing about all that our award recipients are doing in our community. I would like to take this time to especially thank the UTA School of Social Work Communications team for producing this award ceremony for our branch. And thank you to all of our sponsors. You made tonight possible, and we're so grateful for your support. I would also like to thank each of you, our NASW members. Thank you for investing in our organization as we work to advance the profession of social work and provide advocacy for social workers and the populations that we serve. Please check out our monthly newsletter for information about our local training and networking opportunities and updates on the legislative session. We are here to support you in the work that you do. If you're not yet a member but are interested in joining, you can do so at socialworkers.org/membership. It's been a great evening. Thank you again to each of you for joining us tonight, and we hope to see you soon. Good night.